Hey guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to talk about Justice League issue number 17, The Good, the Bad, and the Dragons! So, this issue is pretty much a parlay between Martian Manhunter and Lex Luthor, because if you recall, Lex has, he hit a big win. He hit a big win last issue, with a little help from Brainiac, he was able to get hold of Perpetua and sort of make up for the mistake of, letting Starman go. And here, John needs to talk to Lex about something. So, first, they agree to meet somewhere on Mars, because why not, I guess? And it points out this is a place where one sheds regrets, one discusses their regrets, and sort of reaches a new level of understanding. But for the most part, Lex isn't here to talk. He's here to take John. Like, hey, John, we're gonna need you, and I'm not really here to ask. Like, I'll kill you where you stand if you don't. But no, John needs Lex's help to find someone. And he tells the story of when he was a kid. This is a memory that he recovered from the Martian keep. And what it was revealed was that, we found out earlier that John was he was once on Earth as a really little, cute, adorable little Martian boy. And he met a young boy by the name of Albie. And Albie communicated with John courtesy of a special chemical that he would put on a shirt to spell out his name and his secret messages. And it was pretty much sort of the idea, like, John's a government experiment, and Albie is his secret best friend. And on this end, they would have adventures together. They would, mentally, they'd link up and they'd go on all these adventures, saving people, fighting the bad guys and whatnot. And then we cut back to Lex, like, why are you telling me this story? Why on earth do I care about this story? And he's like, well, I need you to find Albie. And Lex like, look, I probably know like a dozen people by the name of Albie. At least 3 of them work for LexCorp. Jean's like, you're not getting the picture. Let me tell you the story. And then they're attacked by these Konars, who are pretty much these dragon-like creatures that, they nest in moons and other planets, and pretty much planets that are uninhabited, and they feed off of psychic thoughts, so psychic emotions, like, especially something like regret and shame and whatnot, and they're feeding off of somebody. So then John's like, let me tell you the rest of the story, Lex. You don't know about me and Albie. Albie was my world. And they'd become such good friends that one day, the scientist announced, like, hey, look, little guy, little alien man, little not Marvin Martian. It turns out we haven't found what we needed, so we're just gonna send you home. And Jean looks at Albie, and he reads his shirt again and says, like, yeah, I'm sorry, they're not gonna do that. They're going to kill you, but luckily, I reworked their machine, so when they attempt to kill you, it'll just send you back home. And that was really sweet. It was really sweet, and he said, like, I tried really hard to convince them. My uncle, who was a scientist on this, he's not listening. So I wanted you to at least remember that all humans aren't all bad. And he also said, I want to tell you my real name. And it's then revealed that Albie is, well, it's just LB. It's short for, Lex squared, or Lex to the second. Ultimately, it's Lex Luthor, or Alexander Luthor Jr., or something. It's Lex Luthor. Oh my god, it's Lex Luthor. We're going to stop that. He reveals that, and the big reveal is that the kid was Lex Luthor. And Lex like, no, that's not true. That's impossible. Jean's like, search your memories. They erased your memories and your father's memories of that day. He wasn't your uncle, he was your father. And this whole event drove him to be the horrible drunk that you know him as. You've got to come back, Lex. You can help us all. And Lex is contemplating doing it as they ride one of the Konars out to their portals, which will, send them back to, either the Legion of Doom headquarters, the Justice League headquarters. And Lex looks like he's about to go, like, no! And he pushes away from Lex, goes into the Legion of Doom portal. Jean goes into the Justice League portal. And Jean's like, yeah, I couldn't, didn't work. And Lex tells Legion of Doom guys, like, yeah, the Martian had nothing that we needed. And Lex goes off into his room, and he's got some regrets. And that's how the comic ends. So what was this issue? A boy and his Martian? My first Martian? It's all kind of really adorable, really sad to know that Lex actually had a friend, and that But it's also kind of uplifting and kind of ironic to think that the person who who I guess sort of subconsciously inspired Jean to be a hero, to inspired him to be the person we know him as, is one of his team's greatest enemies. I think that's really cool, really awesome. Also, how do they wipe his memory? It's sort of a question. Like, I get the Martian keep did something to Jean, but they said Jean then goes to like, they erased your memory, Lex, and your father's memory. Wah 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 wah. Evil government, drunk dad. Lex is probably feeling some kind of way to know that the reason his childhood was terrible was because someone erased his dad's mind and turned him into a horrible drunk. But otherwise, with that in mind, let's bring this video to a close here. If you're new to the Bucket Think Tank, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out some other videos on this channel, and I will catch you all later. This is the Bucket Think Tank signing off. May your fandom serve you well.